I'm Cy Sperling, president of Hair Club for Men. If you have thinning hair, then this new booklet is something you should have. If you call our toll-free number, we'll send you our new brochure, which contains information about various hair replacement methods, including what the FDA has to say about the drug minoxidil. Of course, you'll also learn about Hair Club's new non-surgical polyfuse method.
Whether wet right out of the shower or blown dry before going out, it looks and feels natural, just like a part of you. Hair Club's new polyfuse method literally fuses top-quality human hair to your own hair.
Even when you feel around the perimeter of your head, I mean, you really cannot feel anything in your hair.
It really gave me more ways to be able to do my hair, and I could do it in more of a 90s fashion.
A new healthy head of hair can renew confidence and improve self-esteem. It may also bring out the best of who you are.
So make sure you call our toll-free number to receive our new brochure. It's loaded with information so you can make the right choice for yourself. And by the way, I'm not only the Hair Club president, but I'm also a client.
You won't find anything better than this. Get a new Mazda 626 or a new Mazda Protege, and you'll save big. Take your choice of up to $1,200 cash back from Mazda or 5.9% financing. Don't wait. To get a deal this good, get to your Mazda dealer right now.
At your Connecticut Mazda dealer now.
Think about what can make a 1992 Honda even better. A $209 a month lease during the Honda Leadership Celebration. We're celebrating our 3rd straight year with America's best-selling car with a low $209 lease on the Accord LX, equipped the way you want it and built in America. Think about that. Drive America's best-selling car for only $209 per month during your local Honda dealer's Leadership Celebration. Now that's something for you to celebrate.
When you want an hour's more sleep, don't touch this button. Press this one the night before.
Good evening. Welcome to the TIC News at 10. I'm Pat Sheehan.
And I'm Beth Carroll Top.
Late news, weather, and sports an hour early. The WTIC News at 10. Late news first, every night, only on WTIC, Fox 61. Night Court in the daytime, Monday through Friday at 6 on Fox 61. Next on Fox 61, modern romance at its boldest. Your favorite dates and worst dating nightmares on the Best of Love Connection.
For you, now's the time to join the millions of Americans who travel the country in style. What are you waiting for? Come to Vans Spring Sale for huge savings on all travel trailers, motorhomes, and park models. That's Vans Leisure Living, Route 5 in South Windsor, Connecticut.
It only works when you watch America's Most Wanted, Friday.
I don't know how to break this to you, but you're not as charming as you think you are.
First time I laid eyes on you, I wanted to sleep with you.
And you're not as clever as you think you are.
Are you safe on that? Define safe.
And I'm certainly not as desperate as you think I am.
Maggie!
It's just not me.
I understand. Year of the Collar.
I changed my mind.
Rated PG-13.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Diet Pepsi introduces AHA Month. AHA will be everywhere this April. Grocery stores, restaurants, beaches, everywhere. And to kick it off, we're sending 1 million lucky Diet Coke drinkers a free case of Diet Pepsi. Guaranteed delivery by UPS.
It's the celebration of the year, baby. You got the right one, baby. Yeah.
With 100% AHA.
What's making big news? Look in the Life section of USA Today for fun facts and daily AHA updates.
This is only a test. To find out how good your chicken is, hold it up to the screen. If it doesn't match this golden yellow color, chances are you're not getting the best chicken you can buy. A chicken that grew up healthy, eating an expensive diet of only wholesome, natural foods. Always look for the chicken that matches this color. And if you have a black and white TV, just look for one of these. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
What can I say? I'm your man.
I am definitely going to be reducing my expenses in '92. That's why I just leased a new Toyota Camry. Actually, it's the first time I ever leased, but with financing rates as low as they are, and with their Camry lease plan, I really made out on my monthly payments. As far as keeping maintenance costs under control, well, isn't that why you get a Toyota in the first place? You want to spend less, and you want to get more.
Well, nobody has more choices for just a little cash. You could search the whole world over, and no matter who you ask, they'd say Taco Bell has more choices for just a little cash. You better make a run for the border, son. You better make a border dash. When we're talking your dollar, nobody beats Taco Bell. Where else you gonna get so many choices with just a little cash?
Wait till you see the set. It is so...
Tell me to go with fake IDs.
You slime.
Come back in about 5 years.
Brenda. Let's go, Kelly. Let's go. What about Brenda? You
Thank you.
Millions of women spend billions to look their best, and then they use solid antiperspirants that can leave a messy white residue on their skin and clothing. Come on, don't mess that dress like that. Use Van Clear, a new solid deodorant you can actually see through. Look, sometimes you don't want an antiperspirant, but you always want odor protection. And Van Clear deodorant goes on without the messy white residue solid antiperspirants can leave. So come on, don't mess that dress. Use new clear deodorant from Van.
Don't look good.
Well, you're stuck here.
Oh, man, where we going? How we going to get out of here, man? Wait a minute. Yeah. Rolling. Sound like isn't that? Sure looks like it. That's that new KFC honey barbecue chicken.
New KFC honey barbecue fried chicken in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods. Now try new KFC honey barbecue chicken, 8 pieces, just $5.99, or a 2-piece snack, just $1.99.
Open your mouth and close your eyes. Here comes a big surprise.
Cereal. What is it?
Yes.
It's nice and weedy, and it's not mushy.
It's really crunchy, right?
Yep. Give me a hint.
Well, it's 100% whole grain.
Let's see. It's wheat, it's whole grain, it's really crunchy, it's Corn Chex.
Dad.
If you haven't tried deliciously crunchy whole grain wheat Chex, you gotta check out Chex.
Rice Chex.
Dad.
Everybody needs some money sometime. Everybody needs some cash sometime.
When you need money fast, only Western Union can get it to over 16,000 locations in minutes. Nobody else even comes close. Western Union, the fastest way to send money.
Sunblock by Sun Chips. Sun Chips multi-grain snacks. A little sun never tasted so good.
It takes a special talent to pull off a live TV show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Lubitz.
It's Love It.
Now please watch the John Love It special live this Sunday.
The original Excellent Adventure with Bill and Ted, Monday.
Excellent! Congratulations.
Tribe, a fragrance uprising.
Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum, double freshens your mouth like double mint gum. Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your delight. Oh, no single gum, double freshens
You can't beat the dressing.
Little Caesars presents Shake Your Caesar. 2 pizzas, crazy bread, and a mix-it-yourself Caesar salad. Just to shake things up. Family-size Caesar salad. 2 pizzas and crazy bread for only $8.98. And that's what's shaking at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Legend says dangling your feet in the lake at Dunlow keeps you feeling fresh and clean the rest of your days. There's a bit of this in every bar of Irish Spring. Ah, the lost and fresh scent of Irish Spring. The Irish never quit.
Hello, I'm Beth Carroll. Tonight on the news at 10, deciding the fate of Bristol's Lake Compounce Amusement Park. The death of Lyle Alzado, reigniting a controversy over steroid use. Fear tonight in a Hartford neighborhood after the shooting of a young girl. Citing disparities in Connecticut's inner-city schools, education officials try to close the gap. And the Intelsat 6 on its way to a useful orbit in space. These stories ripped with Game 6 for the Knicks and Bulls, and Dave with a look ahead to the weekend weather, all tonight at 10.
What you want is... I want that irresistible Big Mac taste in a size that fits my appetite. What you get? Meat Mac Jr. All that Big Mac taste you love with one. That's one all-beef patty. What you want is... How about a great price? How about 99 cents? What you get? But hurry, Mac Jr. is only available until June 4th. What you want is what you get. 99-cent Mac Jr. At McDonald's today.
In this business, you need to know all you can about security. And I thought I did, until today. One of my customers handed me this Citibank Visa card, this new one. Look at this. Would you believe? It had her photo right on it, so no one else can use it. It's such a simple idea, it's brilliant. You know, when something's important to me, I protect it. That's why I'll be carrying a Citibank card.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa. Call 1-800-CITIBANK.
Attention import shoppers. Now the new 92 Escort LX with air conditioning, power steering, stereo, rear window defroster, and more is just $99.99. They're all $99.99. The new 4-door sedan, the hatchbacks, the roomy wagon, $99.99. So if you're thinking about a car from Japan, just tell it sayonara. And if you're considering a car from Germany, just say $99.99 and say yes to Escort.
One more reason why Ford makes it smart to buy now.
A malfunction hurls the Enterprise 1 billion light years away.
This can't be.
On Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Tomorrow at 7 on Fox 61.
As if drinking Pepsi wasn't rewarding enough, now they have a Gotta Have It card.
Care for another Pepsi, Cindy?
It gets you great deals on everything from Reebok shoes to Norwegian Cruise Line.
More food, Cindy?
But what really impressed me about this card was the incredible attention and courtesy people show you.
A towel, Cindy?
Hey, Cindy! Would you like to steer the ship again?
We got to get one of those cards.
The Pepsi Gotta Have It card. Look for it wherever you buy Pepsi.
Bart, I'm going to open my mouth and close my eyes, and you're going to give me a big surprise.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Great beef roast beef.
That's down front, right? Please.
Great.
Maybe they'll put a huge spotlight on my zits. There won't be any zits. They're gonna oxycute them.
Pimples? Oxycute them with Oxy 10. So strong, even a dermatologist couldn't prescribe a stronger level of benzoyl peroxide. Oxy helps clear pimples away, or you don't pay. Guaranteed.
Oxycute them.
I had no idea Alaska was so far away. Coming from Tennessee, it's up there. I went there to check on a new Saturn, fix a little problem with our seat recliner. Since Robin Millage was 2,500 miles from our nearest retailer, we went to her. Didn't take long, and she was back in business, and I was on my way home. I tell folks Alaska's a great place, though I'd recommend staying more than a day.
Call Pizza Hut Delivery and ask for the Create Your Own Pizza deal. Choose up to 4 toppings for only 49 cents each when you purchase 2 medium cheese pizzas for just $10.99.
Are you going to top it anywhere? way that you like it. Come on, Pizza Hut, deliver me.
You seem a little stiff.
Does it show? The head detective blows his cover. And then Wanda's looking for a lover.
What a lucky guy.
On the In Living Color season finale, Sunday.
Sunday, it's the shocking season finale of Married with Children.
Kill them!
Experience the romance.
Whatever happens, I'll be right by your side.
We only want to kill the men.
Have a nice life, Al.
The danger.
Come over here, or your wife and daughter are through.
The adventure.
That's right. Let's kill a whole bloody lot of them.
Married with Children.
Vacation's over.
Don't miss the spectacular season finale, Sunday.
Hey, 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 we have a very special guest in our studio today, Mr. Brandon Walsh. Brandon Walsh is this week's Wild Thing, who just moved to Beverly Hills from Minneapolis. Say hello to our listeners, Brandon.
Hi.
So, Brandon, tell us, what does it take to be a Wild Thing?
Well, actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today.
Hold on. Before you say another word, remember, we are regulated by both the FCC and Mr. Sabitsky.
Last Saturday night at a special sneak preview. I came to see it. Sold out. Couldn't get in. Far and Away. It was incredible. Funny. It was fun.
Very romantic.
This Saturday night, don't miss your chance.
It's got to be Ron Howard's greatest movie.
Filmed for the first time in Panavision Super 70mm. Made me feel like I was right there. Knocked right up the seat. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Far and Away. Rated PG-13. Special sneak preview Saturday night.
For fun around here, me and the boys like to do something a little bit crazy. Put 2 kinds of cheese on the cheeseburger.
For a wild new taste, head to the store for 2 kinds of cheese and lean ground beef.
Cheddar and Munster. Crazy.
Craftsman Tools. Chosen the official tools of NASCAR. The official tools of NHRA. The official tools of IndyCar racing. Next time you need a tool, what tool are you gonna choose? 1,600 Craftsman hand tools, made in America, guaranteed forever.
You can count on me.
Only at Sears.
Who doesn't like a little change now and then? Right now, M&M Mars will give you 5 cents for every regular and king-size candy bar you buy. You send us the wrappers, and we'll send you the money. Of course, when you consider we sell millions of candy bars every day, that's a lot of money. But we figured, hey, the change will do you good. M&M Mars, bringing America change.
New 3-in-1 shampoo plus is extra care for your hair.
Get clean, conditioned, protected hair. New 3-in-1 Extra Care.
Witness an experiment to attract UFOs that worked. There's no doubt in my mind we saw something great. Sightings, an all-new UFO update, Friday.
The word on the street is that 96 TIC FM jams.
Fresh.
Going on.
Hot.
Today's best music.
Best music in town.
More of it. Always on 96 TIC FM. Hit Southern New England's hot button now.
They got it going on.
Today's best music. 96 TIC FM.
Somehow, people have gotten the idea the new Toyota Paseo is a wildly exciting, sporty coupe. The Paseo is a practical, sensible car. Okay, so it has some muscle. And a low starting price could be a big turn-on. And sure, you're going to be instantly popular. That's no reason to do something impulsive. Think it over. The all-new Paseo. A very practical car. From Toyota.
This Sunday, the Best Buds, the Bad Boys, and the Bundys have some surprises in store for the season finales of Parker Lewis, In Living Color, and Married with Children.
Stay with us next for Late News First. Tonight, claims of fraud and deception in the collapse of the summer concert season. An appeal for a new look at the troubles plaguing inner-city schools. And the investigation widens into Capitol Hill corruption. Stay with us next for the news at 10.
You should have seen what Old Man Winter did to my car this year. Now I hear my local Chrysler Plymouth dealer is having a clearance. And boy, it couldn't have come at a better time.
See your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer during the spring cleanup clearance. Everything's marked to move. Huge cashback rebates. Big option package savings. These guys are ready to deal. We're talking real advantages for the real world. But hurry, the spring cleanup clearance ends soon at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
In 30 seconds, we can't explain it or give you enough examples to prove it. But if you spend the next 12 months under the care and coverage of Physicians Health Services, you'll know why PHS is healthcare at its best.
WTIC, it's your ticket to the best. Your ticket to the best.
From Connecticut's capital, this is the WTIC News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to the News at 10. I'm Beth Carroll.
And I'm Pat Sheehan. Well, there are more financial headaches tonight for Connecticut's oldest amusement park. The owner of a local ticket agency has filed suit against Lake Compounce, claiming that the park's owners sold tickets for rock concerts last summer that they knew would be canceled. Many worry that this might be one more nail in the coffin for the park as it struggles to open for this summer season. We have a late report from the News at 10's Barbara Willis.
Like this empty roller coaster, Lake Compounce has seen some ups and downs over the years. With the cloud of debt, liens, and now a lawsuit hanging overhead, it's questionable if the state's oldest amusement park will open at all this season.
I think it would be too bad to close Lake Compounce because it's an old amusement park and it's a nice area for people to come to.
Bristol's mayor agrees, but he says he can't erase the $600,000 the park owes the city in back taxes.
They do want to open this year and run a concert season, and on the other side of the ledger, so to speak, we want assurances that our taxes are going to be paid.
No idea when you might open, though? Lake Compounce officials wouldn't comment following a late afternoon meeting with the mayor, but sources say the park is working with Nederlander Promotions to bring in shows this season. Park officials tonight would say little about what they're doing to reopen. All one official would say is that they're trying to make things right for Lake Compounce. What that means, he wouldn't say, but many residents hope that if the park does reopen, there'll be some changes made. For years, neighbors have complained about the noise and traffic from the concerts at the park.
They're too loud. When they're playing, they're loud.
If they could control the noise, fine. If not, forget it. I mean, I'll fight them again. Done it before.
Today, the owner of a ticket agency filed a $250,000 lawsuit against the park for canceled shows last summer. As the financial woes continue, many are beginning to wonder if this amusement park will survive. In Bristol, I'm Barbara Willis, WTIC News at 10.
Fear gripping a Hartford neighborhood tonight following last night's shooting in a Willis Street apartment in which a 10-year-old girl was shot in the back. Residents in the area were afraid to talk tonight, and police say no one seems willing to come forward with information that would help identify the gunman that sprayed the apartment with bullets. One of those bullets injuring 10-year-old Brenda Santiago, who was visiting at the time. Police say a group of 4 to 12 males forced their way into the apartment. Only one was believed to be armed. Police say the shooting appears to be related to a feud between two families. The young girl, who received a superficial wound to the back, is expected to be released from Hartford Hospital tomorrow.
The former police chief is credited tonight with capturing a man who shot his wife and tried to kill his father-in-law. Police in New Haven say that Arthur DeCato shot his wife in both legs and then pointed a gun at his father-in-law's chest. The gun that time misfired. The wife, Francine DeCato, was able to run across the street to the home of retired police chief William Farrell, screaming for help. Her husband followed her, and the ex-chief grabbed his neighbor. DeCato was taken into custody. His wife, who's a registered nurse, was attending to her own wounds as the paramedics showed up.
Lyle Alzado, the former All-Pro lineman turned actor, died today of brain cancer, which he blamed on years of steroids taken to build a superhuman body. Alzado played 15 seasons for the Denver Broncos, Cleveland Browns, and LA Raiders. A wild man on and off the field.
I love the sport, and I didn't think of those other things. I didn't think about the $1 million salaries, and I didn't think about the publicity, get my name on the front page. I just played because I liked the violence of it.
16 years of performance-enhancing drugs left him a sad shell of what was once a mountain of a man. Football's former tough guy says he was warned against steroids, but wouldn't listen.
But if I can save one little kid, if I can make sure that they'll go through what I'm going through, then I'm happy for them.
Lyle Alzado died peacefully at his home. He was only 43.
The death of Lyle Alzado has raised some new concerns about the pervasive use of steroids in our society. Jim Hoffer reports to us tonight that despite growing evidence that steroids can kill, they seem to be as popular as ever.
Steroids do kill people.
State Police Sergeant Tony Murphy knows something about steroids. He took them as a teenager. Now he speaks out against the dangerous muscle builders, often referred to as the juice.
And it's very prevalent right down to the junior high school level itself. The kids are coming up and telling me stuff about steroids that I don't even know.
Sergeant Murphy works out every day at Powerhouse Gym in New Britain. It's built a reputation on being steroid-free. The owners say they've turned away at least 100 customers for suspected steroid use. They believe steroids have become as dangerous as crack and heroin.
Do you think Lyle's death will have any impact?
Maybe in a very short term, but not in the long term. You have to remember, young athletes, teenagers, and guys in their 20s, they think they're never going to die.
But steroids is believed to have cost Lyle Alzado his life. And young athletes should know the juice has medically documented dangers.
Chemical hepatitis. They may develop blood-filled sacs in the liver, which there's a danger of rupture, particularly in contact sports. And heart disease, the person becomes aggressive, hostile, violent, and this, as you know, has led to a number of attacks, arrests, and destruction of many careers.
Many medical experts believe we've only just begun to see the consequences of widespread use of steroids. As one former drug advisor to the NFL puts it, Lyle Alzado will be the first of many major sports figures to come down with cancer. In Farmington, Jim Hoffer, WTIC News at 10.
Still to come on the News at 10, some concerns from space tonight as astronauts attempt another walk.
New concerns tonight in Connecticut about education in urban areas and a delay in the arraignments of 4 men accused of beating motorist Reginald Denny during the LA riots.
Those stories and more when we return.
Tonight's news is brought to you in part by Chase Manhattan Credit Cards. Chase Manhattan. Profit from the experience.
Every human being wants to have a say. We want our needs and desires to be heard. And with a Chase Manhattan credit card, all you have to do is speak up. When would you like your bill to be due? What month would you like to skip a payment? Tell us. We're flexible. Because we want to be the credit card that gives you something others haven't. A say. Chase Manhattan. Profit from the experience.
In a recent survey of 170,000 design engineers, the highest percentage upon close inspection chose the Ford Taurus as the car they would buy. Perhaps because of safety features, like available dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. or possibly for the performance of its standard V6 and automatic transmission. Not to mention, oh yes, roominess.
And now save $1,500 on Ford Taurus, the most award-winning car in its class. Taurus, one more way Ford makes it smart to buy American.
An Indy engine today costs in excess of $100,000, so it is a major investment. And we think it's very important to use Pennzoil to protect that investment. The quality of Pennzoil is very important to us. It's always high quality. Pennzoil outperforms any leading motor oil against viscosity breakdown. Pennzoil does its job. Performance, protection, quality. That says it all.
Quality Pennzoil motor oil is available at Kmart.
Car and Driver has named it to its 10 best list 4 years in a row. Now, there's a Mitsubishi Eclipse you can lease for just $500 down and as little as $149 a month. But hurry, this Eclipse will soon disappear. Mitsubishi, the word is getting around.
Another history-making night for the shuttle Endeavour and a few tense moments for Connecticut engineers keeping tabs on the mission at Hamilton Standard. Astronaut Catherine Thornton tonight became the second American woman to walk in space, floating into the shuttle's open cargo bay on a mission to test techniques for building a space station. Thornton got a late start because of a problem with instruments on her Hamilton Standard-made spacesuit. But Mission Control said ground readings showed there was nothing wrong and to proceed as planned. She was accompanied by Thomas Akers on the 6-hour walk. He's one of the 3 men who captured a wayward satellite the night before. Earlier, all 7 astronauts watched in delight as the rescued Intelsat 6 satellite rocketed into high orbit. Their mission accomplished.
Evidently, it's beat up on John Dow week in New Haven with word of Dow's landing a fat new job with American Express. Now, last week, the school board in the city agreed to buy out the rest of Dow's contract as New Haven school superintendent, paying him some $300,000 in pay and benefits. By itself, the payout troubled some board members and other city officials. But with word now that Dow already had another job lined up, the attack on Dow has escalated. One local alderman saying Dow's laughing all the way to the bank with money that should be spent on educating kids. Well, tonight, Dow says the board should have known he'd be getting another job. What did they think, he says, that I was retiring? Dow's new job is as president of the National Academy Foundation, a group created by American Express to promote partnerships between schools and the business community.
The Middlesex County branch of the NAACP tonight expressing concern about the quality of education in Middletown's school system. At a Board of Education meeting in Middletown tonight, the group voiced their disappointment over the selection procedure for a new superintendent of schools. The local NAACP presented a list of concerns, saying they believe the new superintendent lacks the experience needed to deal with educating minorities. They say they will monitor the new superintendent very closely to ensure that educational interests of African Americans and Hispanics are given due consideration and that equal opportunities are provided for minorities within the school system. The chairman of the Board of Education says the NAACP's concerns will be reviewed.
School leaders from 13 Connecticut cities say that their students have a crying need for help. As Sean Smith reports tonight, urban school chiefs are calling on the state to acknowledge and address the unique problems of youngsters in our cities.
Well, the story's on paper.
It's a story about 2 Connecticut's, urban and suburban. 30% of the state's students go to school in 13 cities, but those 13 cities have 75% of the minority students, 86% of the kids who speak only limited English. Many city students living in poverty don't even get a decent meal before school.
There's nothing wrong with living in poverty and being disadvantaged. There's nothing wrong with that. Many of us have lived that way. I grew up that way. But what's wrong is not having any hope, not having something that you can hold on to. And these young people don't have that.
13 city school superintendents are issuing a cry for help.
The needs in these 13 districts are different or more compelling in many ways than the rest of Connecticut.
The city superintendents are careful to call their unique circumstances a challenge, an opportunity, not a burden. But they say they can't meet the challenge alone.
Where else could a real bear get food?
They say these students need the help of social service agencies, the criminal justice system, business and industry, and others, all working together to bridge the gulf between urban and suburban students.
The state is very schizophrenic, and by that I mean it requires all districts to have racial balance within the district. Well, what about within the state?
The issues seem overwhelming, but citing the recent urban violence in L.A., Connecticut city school leaders say ignoring the problems of urban youth is like sitting on social dynamite. In Meriden, Sean Smith, WTIC News at 10.
It is now up to the Senate to act on emergency aid for victims of the Los Angeles riot and the Chicago flood. The House approved the $822 million package this afternoon, and President Bush has already voiced his support. Under the measure, the low-interest grants and loans would be made available to those who lost their homes and businesses. By declaring this a budget emergency, spending limits can be skirted. Without congressional action, federal agencies would not have had the money to provide needed aid to riot-torn Los Angeles.
The judge who's hearing the case against 4 L.A. gang members who beat up a truck driver during the riots has now delayed their arraignments for a week. Lawyers for the 4 men say they need time to confer with their clients to get their side of the story. 3 young men and 1 in his 30s were identified from videotapes in the brutal attack on Reginald Denny. 3 of them dragged Denny from his cab, repeatedly kicking him and slamming a brick into his head. The 4th man then ran out to Denny as he laid on the pavement, reached down and stole his wallet. In another L.A. courtroom today, the videotaped beating of Rodney King was put on the docket. It'll be discussed again tomorrow. The district attorney in Los Angeles is asking a state judge tomorrow for a new trial in the case of the 1 L.A. policeman whose case wasn't resolved during the first trial. There's outrage tonight in Milwaukee over the newest comic book that hit the city's newsstands. It's about convicted killer Jeffrey Dahmer. For $2.50, you can get a copy of Jeffrey Dahmer, an unauthorized biography of a serial killer. Families of Dahmer's victims call it pornography. They're planning a protest march on Saturday. The publisher says it'll serve as a warning to children.
Still ahead on the news at 10 tonight. Keep those sunglasses handy. Meteorologist Dave Epstein sees some trouble brewing for the weekend, though.
We do have some sunshine first, however. We'll enjoy that. Dave has all the details coming up in a moment.
American Airlines leads the way in bringing value back to business travel. With the Anytime Fare, save at least 38% off the full coach fare. Available on any domestic flight. Any day. Anytime you fly, with no advance purchase required. This is not a sale. It's part of a new way of doing business from American Airlines, bringing value back to air travel.
You're about to see an amazing detergent at work. Just look for the big red O. Drive in. Fill up with Mobil Super Unleaded Plus. And it starts working. Unclogging fuel injectors, cleaning intake valves as you drive. Giving your car performance that's trouble-free. So drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded Plus, the detergent gasoline.
What you want is... I want that irresistible Big Mac taste in a size that fits my appetite. What you get...
Meet Mac Jr. All that Big Mac taste you love with one. That's one all-beef patty.
What you want is... How about a great price? How about 99 cents? What you get...
But hurry, Mac Jr. is only available until June 4th.
What you want is what you get.
99-cent Mac Jr.
At McDonald's today.
I remember it well. I just come out of some of the most rugged country of Utah when I turned 200,000 miles on my truck.
I was way back in the woods. It's rugged. It's at the base of Chestnut Mountain. A lot of people won't go there, but it's a special place to me.
I pulled over the side of the road, showed a sign saying 200,000 miles. Is that cool or what?
Where were you when your Toyota truck hit 100, 200, or 300,000 miles? Call us and tell us your story.
The only truck I'll ever own will be a Toyota. I'll tell you that much right now.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by your Connecticut Toyota dealers.
On Capitol Hill, the probe into the House Post Office is broadening tonight. A federal grand jury has subpoenaed expense records of the powerful Ways and Means Chairman Dan Rostenkowski, and two other lawmakers. Until now, the investigation dealt only with allegations of embezzlement and drug dealing by House employees rather than on possible wrongdoings by members of Congress. The grand jury also ordered personal appearances in addition to subpoenaed records.
There's a new warning tonight from state officials who say the public is getting ripped off in Connecticut by the boiler room crowd. A study of charities raising money through professional fundraising organizations supposedly shows that on average less than 30 cents of each dollar raised actually gets to the charity itself. The rest goes to the fundraisers. Attorney General Dick Blumenthal and Consumer Protection Chief Gloria Schaefer say today that they think charities should get at least 50% of the money raised. And they also suggest that we should ask about charities that we're not familiar with.
Updating the Waterbury corruption story, Joseph Cara is going to jail August 18th. He is the second former Waterbury city official to get jail time for his part in that city's corruption scandal. Cara admitted to stealing $20,000 from a city agency that handled federal grants. He told the court that most of that money went to former Mayor Joseph Santopietro. Cara will spend 4 months in jail, pay back all the money he took, and do community service once he's released from prison.
The regional head of the NRC says the performance at Millstone Point is improving. Thomas Martin discussing the latest survey of operations at all of New England's nuclear power plants, giving top grades to the controversial Seabrook plant up in New Hampshire, good grades to Pilgrim, Maine Yankee, Vermont Yankee, and Connecticut Yankee at Haddam Neck. And then there's Millstone. Martin said performance bottomed out at the Waterford complex last fall. And he notes Northeast Utilities has now hired outside consultants to upgrade the operations.
Polymer Resources, the Farmington Plastics Company ordered to shut down by the state, now has the okay to begin testing new equipment to detect what some called noxious odors. The commissioner of the Department of Environmental Protection says the process will be gradual. The company had to meet several requirements before getting approval to begin that testing. An inspector will be on site at all times during the testing procedure. The state shut down Polymer after neighbors in the area complained of illnesses that they blamed on emissions coming from the company.
Ah, yes, but nothing but clear, crisp springtime air today around the state of Connecticut in most places, unless you happen to live next to certain plants, I guess.
Let's hope it's going to stick around for a while, too. Dave's here to fill us in on the forecast. How's it look?
Great day today, and it looks like a few clouds going overhead right now. We'll be out of here by the early morning hours tomorrow. We may see a few clouds 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then another nice day. Unfortunately, we can't keep it in for the weekend. It looks like we do have some showers moving in, and I'll show you when they're going to move out as well. The whole weekend will not rain. Currently across the area, we've got a few clouds crossing the skies. A weak disturbance going overhead. Temperature of 64, so another mild night. A northeasterly wind at 7. Sunrise 5:31 and sun setting at 8:03 as we approach the longest days of the year. The satellite photograph from this evening does show a nice strip of clouds here over New England. New England underneath these clouds. Here's a cold front which went through, kicked off a couple of showers last night. And then we had the nice day today, but now these clouds are in here. But high pressure to the north is suppressing the clouds on towards the south. So this band of clouds will be out of here by about 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning at the latest, even a little bit earlier as we get into some nice clear air under this high pressure area back towards the south. However, these clouds will be with us Friday night into Saturday, and there will be a few showers at that time. Tomorrow, again, by mid-morning, partly sunny. Temperatures at the coldest 45, by afternoon 68, and by dark, the clouds actually come back at us. So the best weather tomorrow between about 9 a.m. and about 6 or 7 p.m. By the time the sun sets, it will be mostly cloudy. But temperatures for us near 70, generally 60s for northern New England, even a little bit of 50s along the Cape, 70s to the south, 80s, and for the first time this season, we've got some hundreds showing up across the desert southwest, and of course that will tend to expand over the next few weeks. The pollen count continues to be high, and many people have been complaining about sneezes, and unfortunately, until we get some rain to wash the air out, that too will continue. Perhaps a nice spring jacket for the kids tomorrow, as it will be a bit cool in the morning, but certainly warming up rather nicely during the day. High pressure, again, suppresses those clouds that are over us now to the south, but only temporarily. As the high moves away, the clouds quickly come back, and by Saturday, actually by Friday night into Saturday, we've got this band of showers here, but also off towards the southwest, warmer air, and this will be in here for Sunday. We're going to feel a bit like summer by Sunday afternoon with even a bit of humidity in the air. then a very nice upcoming beginning of the week as the upper flow blows straight across west to east, and what this does is it carries the systems quite quickly. That's why we have lots of changes over the next couple of days. And you can see all the changes in the exclusive New England Weather Service forecast. A few of those clouds, some cloudy periods tonight, certainly temperature in the upper 40s. Tomorrow when you get up, there will be a few clouds, also some sun, and during the day we expect the most sunshine midday and then some clouds rolling back in towards, say, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, but dry, temperatures in the 60s, so another very nice day. And then the 5-day outlook shows Saturday, I do think there will be plenty of showers around, especially the first half of the day, 60s, but look at Sunday. Partly sunny, warm and humid, 75 to 80 with a late day thunderstorm, and very nice Monday and Tuesday, plenty of sunshine. So certainly Saturday, the worst day of the weekend, Sunday the best, and tomorrow looking like another nice day. A few clouds here and there.
Out of the whole 5 days, the Saturday and Sunday are the only ones that had those little emblems on their day.
Well, I like to do that.
Just thought I'd mention that. Thanks. Well, stay with us. We have late sports coming up. Who'da thunk it? The Rangers are home for the summer. The Knicks don't want to join them. Tonight they're taking on Air Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, trying to extend their season at least one more game.
And we'll also meet a young West Haven man who's spending his summer vacation trying to make it to the big leagues. Rich Capola with all of tonight's sports right after this.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by your local Midas muffler, brake, and alignment shop.
If she had a fever, you wouldn't wait a week to see the doctor. So why wait even a day to fix the brakes on the car you drive her around in? When Midas can fix your brakes right the very same day you bring in your car. Think about it. And remember, at Midas, our experts know how important your brakes are. So our basic brake service costs just $59 or $79 per axle. Midas, because your brakes can't wait.
The suspect believed to be armed and dangerous. The police caught in a deadly standoff. And you're on the front line. Cops in Miami. An all-new episode Saturday.
Get ready for summer and save during the JCPenney Night and Day Sale. Beginning Friday at 5 and continuing through Saturday, you'll find drastic reductions throughout the store. Take 25 to 50% off all swimwear for Missy's juniors and women. Save on shorts for men and young men. Night and day priced at $12.99 each. All canvas footwear for men and women, $14.99 to $29.99. Take savings of 20 to 30% off on everything for newborns, infants, and toddlers. The more you buy, the more you save. Don't miss out. Hurry to JCPenney this Friday night through Saturday for the JCPenney Night and Day Sale.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mechanic Savings Bank. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Excuse me, kind of a personal question. How's the service at your bank? Well, if we were you, we'd bank with us. How does your bank react when you ask for bounce-proof checking? Yeah. Well, if we were you, we'd bank with us. How does your bank react when you mention tax-free investments? Oh, too bad. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Well, the Knicks are alive and kicking in game number 6.
This is quite a series, and maybe the Sports Illustrated jinx will come again, right? They've already predicted the Bulls are going to be back there in the championship.
Yeah, and a lot of people predicted Chicago to maybe win this series 4 games. Some people said 5 games, maybe give the Knicks a game. They are giving Chicago all they can handle right now and doing it again tonight. The Knicks' rock'em sock'em style of basketball has been effective. To the surprise of many, they're still standing, heading into round 6, also known as Game 6 against Chicago. The Knicks came out ready to play tonight. Patrick Ewing finds the bottom of the basket. 16 first-half points for Patrick. On the break, Xavier McDaniel from Mark Jackson, a little Dunkin' Donut in your evening coffee. The Garden was rocking. The real key in the first half was John Starks. In one stretch, he scored 13 of 15 points for the Knicks. He had 17 second-quarter points. The Knicks led by 8 at the break. After falling behind, Starks keyed a 13-0 New York run to start the fourth quarter. Just over a minute to go at the Garden. It's the Knicks by 10, 96-86, trying to force a Game 7. Western Conference semifinal action this evening. They're at the half in Utah, where the visiting Seattle Supersonics lead the Jazz 60, or Utah leads 64-60, I should say. Phoenix and Portland about to tip it off in just a couple of minutes. Lyle Alzado was about as fierce a football player as there ever was. So earlier in this newscast, Jim Hoffer reported on the widespread use of steroids. It was steroids, Alzado said, that caused his brain cancer. Today, Alzado died of the disease. Tonight, reaction from his peers.
Lyle did a lot of things in this community. He was a big part of it. He was kind of a bigger-than-life character.
His whole goal was to get out to tell the young kids about steroids and the hazards of steroids. And I think that if he did anything in his last few days, that was the thing that he wanted to do, and I think that was a tremendous thing for him to do.
The success of the West Haven baseball team isn't surprising. After all, this is the same program that produced Mel Waring, who is climbing baseball's minor league ladder. Waring is a first baseman for the Hagerstown Suns, the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Drafted in 1989, Mel has progressed a level each year.
I want to take it year by year. I don't have a plan or a timetable or anything like that. You know, as long as I play well, the Orioles are going to make that decision. You know, it's nothing I can do about it, you know. So the only thing I can do is play well and let the front office know that I'm here waiting.
Now, Waring might play at the Sky Dome in Toronto someday. Well, for tonight, Seattle's...
I know people who would kill for those lashes.
So, how did you leave it with Roberta?
I told her she could stay.
But what about the rest of the animals?
Well, instead of meeting all of them up close, I decided they could stay too.
I thought I heard a collective hue from the woods.
This calls for a celebration. What do you say I go down to Farmer Gordon and get some milk right from Roberta? I bet you've never tasted fresh milk before.
Aw, George. And I never will.
You have to understand, Officer Shiflett is new here. I am so sorry about that Danish incident.
Well, it was my fault for taking more than one. Hold it. Think maybe I better case that case.
Officer.
You want to bet these two haven't paid for a towel in 40 years? Hello. Taking home a few souvenirs to keep the memories warm and fresh, Futterman?
Officer Shiflett, that's not our towel. Oh, we wouldn't take one of your towels. They're a little small.
Obviously, you weren't put off by the size of the soap.
Please, Mr. and Mrs. Futterman, take the soap with our compliments.
All right. But don't let me catch you showering with it in my town. Why'd you stop me? No telling what I could have turned up with a strip search? Well, I better get back on Danish patrol.
Dick, remember when I told you to hire Officer Shiflett? Well, I'm withdrawing the suggestion.
Honey, I can't fire him. The town made him feel like he isn't needed.
Then he's probably used to the feeling. Dick, he is ruining business.
Joanna, be patient. I mean, the town is bound to buckle. I mean, there must be some crime that will scare them at some point. Hooligans paint parking meter red.
One passerby who asked that his name be withheld said that he thought the color spruced up an otherwise drab corner.
Wait a minute. Here's something. Officer Shiflett.
No.
Right here on page 1, snow blower reported stolen.
South side of town, I'm not surprised. Claire and Gus Doria reported their snowblower stolen. After a careful investigation by concerned neighbors, the blower was discovered in their backyard under an exceptionally high drift.
Tom!
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this town doesn't need me. It'd probably do just as well with old man Hopkins, the school crossing guard. He has his own uniform and he knows the streets. What the hell am I getting misty-eyed for? The town's loss is your gain.
Dick?
Officer Shiflett, could we talk?
Excuse me, honey.
About your job here at the Stratford. Could I see that?
Why not? Safety's on.
Why don't I just put it over here? Now, about your job.
Officer Shiflett, are we glad to see you?
Did you read about the crime spree?
What crime spree?
Gee, Dick, take an interest in your community.
A parking meter has been vandalized.
Somebody painted it bright red.
Thank God it spruced up the corner, but if it had been any other color.
I knew this was coming. First painted meters, then graffiti. Next thing you know, it's West Side Story without the singing and dancing.
We had an emergency town council meeting, and we voted unanimously to buckle under to your demands.
I knew you'd blink first.
It doesn't matter who blinked. The important thing is that you're back patrolling that asphalt jungle.
Right.
Of course, Dick, we had to lose your stoplight.
What?
We're going with a stop sign. And with the money we save, we can give Officer Shiflett his raise.
A stop sign is fine with me.
It is. Gee, Dick, if you'd said that in the first place, we could have avoided this whole mess.
He probably set the whole thing up to get some cheap security help for his inn.
That's okay. I'm not one to hold a grudge. For long. It's good to be back. Tell you the truth, I felt naked without the shield. Well, gentlemen, I'd love to schmooze. But there's a maniac loose trying to paint my town red.
Shouldn't be hard to find the culprit. There are little red footprints all around the meter.
Oh, it's probably just kids. I mean, when we were that age, we'd indulge in a lot of harmless tomfoolery.
I never did.
Me either.
That would be wrong.
Kids, or maybe some middle-aged delinquent with small feet. Lift them, Loudon.
Now through Saturday, 6 p.m., Stevens' $8 million New Year inventory liquidation. 47% off MSRP, 47% off. Every car, every truck, 91s and 92s, priced to go at savings you may never see again. Pontiacs, Cadillacs, Jaguars, Fords, Toyotas, Nissans, Suzuki, GMCs. Stephen must move them out. Big savings on 500 used cars and trucks, too. Hurry, sale ends Saturday, 6 p.m. A short time to get the car or truck buy of a lifetime. Stephen Automotive Center, Bristol.
At Walgreens, our pharmacy computers are customer-friendly, and whenever a generic equivalent is available, they print it right on the receipt. Walgreens, the customer's best friend.
Relieve dry, chapped hands and save money, too, at Walgreens. This week, Neutrogena hand cream is only $3. Plus, get a Neutrogena lip balm absolutely free. And don't forget to order extra copies of your holiday photos. Get a second set of regular or super